Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Krishna Pranam. Welcome to Srila Prabhupada's book reading session. How is everyone and how was the weekend? You can share your learnings of the past session, or if you got an opportunity, any realizations, you can share that also.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Yes, Savita Mataji.
Vidya gives us spiritual knowledge. Avidya gives us material knowledge. And chanting is the most effective way to cleanse our heart.
Yes, Mataji, thank you. Beautiful point. Chanting is the most effective way to clean our heart. Which verse is that? Shiksha Ashtakam ka? Anyone? Now you can clean your heart.
Chetodarpan.
Yes. Chetodarpan. Thank you. Anybody else? Any past learning or realizations, or even if you got to visit the temple or being Krishna conscious, even for some moments in this weekend, you can share that. We would love to hear from you. Yes, Omangsha Mataji. Mataji, you've got to unmute yourself.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Pranam Mataji.
Mataji, in Saturday's class, Prabhuji also taught that without mercy of Lord Chaitanya, it is not possible to elevate. Just remember Lord Chaitanya and all your difficulties will be gone away. Also, spiritual devotees and intelligent people appreciate that I am protected under the association of only devotees. And chanting makes us internally focused from external focus.
Yes. Thank you, Mataji. So we are protected as long as we are in the association of devotees. Our protection is lost once the association is lost, and this you will realize when you are chanting and suddenly if you lose the association of devotees, what happens with our chanting and our devotional practices. Thank you, Mataji, for sharing that point. Anybody else would like to share anything? How their weekend was like? Did you go to the temple? Did you hear some lecture? Anything that you learned or realized?
Hare Krishna Mataji. Anuradha Mataji, Savita Mataji, and myself, we went to ISKCON temple.
Wow, lovely, very good.
They told Ramayana, and they gave the characters and they taught the lessons out of it. Prabhuji told about the mantra that bad association is not good. Don't be in wrong association. Then he spoke about Bharata, saying that he took the padukas of the Lord, keeping Lord in the center, he did his duty. Then Sita, to get association of Lord, she has undergone a lot of, she didn't care about the troubles that come in life. And they told about Shabari Mata, where she asked in the Guru ashram, how can I see God? Then Guru told, you do your devotion, God will come one day. And you'll be able to see him. So she just did her devotion without expecting anything. Like we do some chanting, we do some mala, and we say we don't see any progress. But without any such expectations, Shabari Ma just was in devotion and she got darshan of Lord Ram. And Surpanaka, told about Surpanaka, that though we cover ourselves in a beautiful mask or something, when situations will come, our original form will be revealed outside.
True.
So
True.
like this, told the lessons, Mataji.
Wonderful
All
lessons, Mataji.
chanted the
Thank you.
mala there.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Mataji, for sharing that. Anybody who goes to temple or listens to some lecture, you draw a beautiful point on Saturday, and please kindly share in this session. We would love to hear from you. Thank you so much. Okay, any last comments? Otherwise, we'll start today's session.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandavat Pranam.
Pranam.
Prabhuji also said that human class should be more intelligent than animal kingdom. And we should not waste our life in biological activities. Then he explains about the Vidya and Avidya. If Vidya is not found in sound vision, it leads to Duvidya, propensity of sense gratification.
Beautiful.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji, for sharing that.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you. All right, so we move to our today's text. Give me a moment, I'll share the screen. Krishna consciousness is we had to start from here, Umangsha Mataji, is it? Okay, Krishna consciousness is the great necessity of human society. Learn it and appreciate it, comprehend it and assimilate it and teach it. So why Krishna consciousness is the great necessity of human society is my question. Now that you have read so much about Prabhupada books, I always keep asking to make it an interactive session so that we learn from each other. Why do you think Krishna consciousness is a necessity of society? Great necessity. Prabhupada is, I think, great necessity of human society. Anyone? Why do you think it is the great necessity of the society?
Mataji, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
The purpose of become Krishna conscious because to get rid of all the miseries of material world like birth, death, disease or old age. These 4 diseases we can cure by this hospital, Krishna conscious hospital.
Lovely. Krishna conscious hospital. Yes, Prabhuji.
Thank you.
So Prabhuji has a valid point to make that we need this Krishna consciousness to end our fourfold miseries that Prabhuji just mentioned, Janma, Mrityu, Jara, Vyadhi, and that is why we need this. Any other participant who wants to share why you think that Krishna consciousness is the great necessity of human society? After having read Prabhupada books, why do you feel it is a great necessity? Or do you even feel, or you don't feel it at all, that this is required?
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Yes,
The
Mataji.
purpose of human life is to spiritually elevate oneself, and that is possible only by Krishna consciousness.
Yes, and we can elevate ourselves from being animals to being human beings only when we execute Krishna consciousness or bring this Krishna consciousness into our life, which is why it is very necessary for society, human society. Yes, anybody else?
Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Krishna is seed given father. Mataji. The body is dangerous. That's why.
So
everybody is busy decorating this body which is perishable. We need to decorate our soul.
Wonderful.
So Krishna
Beautiful
consciousness.
Especially in today's generation, a food for thought, food for soul, Krishna consciousness is very necessary so that we stop decorating our bodies and, give focus. Just as Mataji has put me in spotlight, we put spotlight on Krishna consciousness and then our soul on the spotlight. So that is the greatest benefit of Krishna consciousness society. We really need it. Anybody else?
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Pranam.
Mataji, we all know that we are part and parcel of Krishna. And we have forgotten that after taking birth, we have forgotten that. And that is our constitutional, to serve Krishna is a constitutional position. So we must start chanting and serving Krishna. That is our constitutional position. That's why
Yes.
Krishna consciousness helps us to understand what is our what is the need of the hour, and we must start working towards it to enhance our spiritual journey.
Yes, enhancing our spiritual journey. And when we accept our constitutional position, then we are actually in peace, which is why Krishna consciousness is the greatest necessity of the society. Apart from that, if you want peace, universal brotherhood, concepts like that, fraternity, then we need Krishna consciousness, because without universal fatherhood, there cannot be universal brotherhood. For equitable distribution of resources. So by Krishna consciousness, we learn that we should consume only what is for our quota, not more than that, not work for sense gratification. And then there's supply and demand ka jo balance hai, it will be there, and there will be no scarcity of resources. For as Himanshu Prabhuji mentioned, to get rid of sufferings, and most importantly, where Prabhupada ji always writes in his books, to stop living like dogs and hogs, and to know the real purpose of this human life, like Mataji mentioned, human birth, and come out of this animalistic propensities. We really need Krishna consciousness. And also to know, as Prabhuji says, we know that speed, it thrills, but it kills also. So we know that we are speeding, but we don't know which direction it is. To give us proper direction, some aim, we need Krishna consciousness in this society, because the modern civilization is absolutely aimless. They are speeding, but they don't know where to. Okay. And to not manufacture, like Prabhupadaji's and Prabhupadaji's words, to not manufacture a society of monkeys or tigers or asses, to just work hard. Shram evi kevalam. Okay, then Prabhupada says, learn it for Krishna consciousness. He says, learn it, appreciate it, comprehend it, assimilate it, and then teach it. So we have to learn it, means execute it, and appreciate it by knowing the advantages and wonders. And then we have to comprehend it, understand it, and assimilate it, means internalize it in our life. And then only, once we internalize, only then we can teach someone. If we will teach someone without internalizing this, realizing this knowledge, then it will be a waste of time for them also. Like it will be an official class and then no effect. So, bolne se pehle, whenever we say something, today only Mayapursi Prabhuji was telling us in lecture, we should realize that knowledge, only then it will have some effect. वो आत्मसात होना चाहिए. Without experience, without realization, if we'll speak, that will not work. That is why there are many speakers. I'm talking about other speakers out of ISKCON. They are not able to make devotees because they just speak without realization, and then they are not able to convert people to make devotees, or have a seed of devotion planted into them. So there's a story which will clarify this concept, why it is important to realize that knowledge before speaking something. So there was a man who was taking care of some birds, and because he was taking care of birds, he was in a place where there were many birds who came to eat some corns. So he was very attached to them. He became very attached to them. Daily he would see them, but he said, these birds, they are so innocent. So one day the hunter will come, and then he will start hunting for them. He will they'll be in danger. He'll come, he'll give them some these pieces or corns to eat, and then he will have this net for them, a trap for them, and they will get caught. So he's tried to teach them. Okay, so this is based on what we do. We memorize verses, we cram verses, but we don't internalize them. We don't use them in our lives. We don't actually execute them. And then we fail badly when difficult times come in our life to actually execute and bring to life what we have learned from Bhagavad Gita or Bhagavatam. So he felt very compassionate for those birds. ये तो फंसेंगे. So he taught them, just say, Shikari dana dalega, जाल बिछाएगा, फंसना मत, शिकारी आएगा, दाना डालेगा, जाल बिछाएगा, फंसना मत, शिकारी आएगा, दाना डालेगा, जाल बिछाएगा, फंसना मत. So he started teaching all those birds and they memorized. Okay, they memorized. Shikari आएगा, दाना डालेगा, जाल बिछाएगा, फंसना मत. All of them learned. All the birds learned that, and they started saying it every day, every day. And one fine day, this hunter comes. This man was away for some work, some small work, for say some fraction of some minutes he was out for some work, and then this hunter comes and वो शिकारी दाना डालता है और जाल बिछाता है और ये जाल में फंस जाते हैं और बोलते बोलते फंस जाते हैं, शिकारी आएगा, दाना डालेगा, जाल बिछाएगा, फंसना मत. While they are saying this and they get caught in that trap. So this is my plight. This is, I'm not talking about the others. This is my plight also. We, ratify and we memorize, cram the verses. But when it comes for the execution, we badly fail. So this is why it is very important to internalize before what we try to teach, which is why Prabhupada says, learn it, appreciate it, what you're learning, comprehend it, and then assimilate it. Please internalize it, and then you teach it. That should be the aim of our life as the students of Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavatam. And Krishna consciousness, why we should appreciate it? Because it's the most sublime system. Can anybody exemplify how it is sublime, most sublime Krishna consciousness? Okay, so this is a direct answer, which you can realize also. There is chanting, there is dancing, and then there's feasting. So there's a lot of chanting, then you dance a lot if you engage in Krishna conscious activities in ISKCON, and then you do feasting, a good prasadam. Even on Ekadashis, we do feasting. Instead of fasting, we do feasting. So there's so much fun, and it becomes so enjoyable. That's why it's the most sublime system. And then there's kirtan, katha. All the time we get opportunities of hearing. Abhi Prabhuji is also having Shravan Utsav, so we'll get a good opportunity, and we'll be fortunate enough to hear from some great orators and speakers. Then Prabhupada mentions it is very simple. Prabhupada mentions it. This Krishna consciousness is very simple. So it is simple. Prabhupada has written somewhere, it is simple for people who are simple, and it is hard for people who are crooked, because people who are engaged in demoniac activities, it is very difficult, and people who are simple, so it is very simple for them. And a beautiful example of Krishna consciousness being simple is Patram Pushpam Phalam Toyam, means you only offer Krishna leaf, flower, fruit, water, and he'll be happy with it. So it is that simple. And what does Prabhupada mean when he says it is simple? He says it is simple if you accept your position as God's servant and serve him, then it is simple for you. And you chant offenselessly, then it is simple for you. Just chant offenselessly. But is it very easy to chant offenselessly? Is it very easy to chant offenselessly? Then Prabhupada gives a solution also. Why and how it is easy to chant offenselessly? By absorbing yourself. It becomes easy. When we get absorbed to the process of chanting, not only chanting your whatever minimum rounds of the day, so you are doing 4 rounds or 8 rounds or 2 rounds or 16 rounds. If you really have bliss, please take out some time. If you have some time also, please take out time to chant some 1 or 2 extra rounds. Then you will get absorbed. And more you chant offenselessly, those offenseless rounds will make it simple for you. And another method which Prabhupada ji recommends for making it simple is by sadhu sang, it becomes simple. So there are some things for which we have to take effort, but there are some things which become a byproduct of the company. If we are into some company, we will get those results without any efforts. So they become effortless. So bhakti, devotion, it becomes simple, or Krishna consciousness, it becomes simple by sadhu sang also. So 2 things, absorption and sadhu sangam. Then it becomes easy. Let me share the screen, we'll read further. Okay, it is very simple. If you offenselessly chant Hare Krishna, everything will be revealed from within because Krishna is sitting within you. If you are strong and have faith and conviction in Krishna, as well as in the spiritual master, the transparent via medium to Krishna, then Krishna is there. The Vedas say that if you have implicit faith in God and implicit faith in your bona fide Guru, who teaches you Krishna consciousness, then the result will be that all the Vedic scriptures will be revealed authoritatively. So faith in devotion in Guru and in Krishna is actually the backbone of this devotion. It is something which will keep devotion with us for a very, very long time. Because some faith is something that staggers in the face of difficulties. So it is a backbone of devotion. Radhanath Maharaj says, when we face difficulties and still remain faithful to God and Guru, we access the infinite mercy of their hearts. So you get infinite mercy of their hearts when you keep faith in Guru and Krishna in the face of difficulties. That is the strength of faith. And how we can understand this? We can understand this with the help of river current. You've seen huge elephants and horses. They get washed away in tidal currents. But an ant, it will flow with the water. It will flow with the river. How this is possible? Because that minute ant has taken shelter of the water. Ki jahan jahan pani mujhe le jayega, there I will go. So if we take shelter of Guru and Krishna and their faith, then we can stay in this devotion. If we don't take shelter of their faith, then it is very difficult to be there. There's also a beautiful story of a daughter-in-law and mother-in-law. Aapne suni hogi, many of you must have heard about it. They were going to a Bhagavatam lecture. So there's a river that they have to cross. So they cross this river, and when they cross it, when they are going for Bhagavatam story lecture, so this river is shallow. Okay, so they cross it and they go for the Bhagavatam lecture. So in the Bhagavatam lecture, the person who is taking the lecture, he says that Anande bolo, Hari Hari, Hari Koribe, Bhavat Pari. Matlab, Anande bolo, Hari Hari, Anand se bolo, Hari Hari, Hari Koribe, Bhav Pari. Means Hari Hari bolne mein hi, if you take blissfully Krishna's names, then this Bhav, Sagar, what to talk of material ocean, you can cross this Bhav Sagar also. Means what to talk of these small oceans, you can cross this big material ocean. Okay, so not talking of ponds and rivers, you can cross big material oceans also. That is what it says. So the daughter-in-law, she internalized it, and mother-in-law, she memorized it. Just a minute. So daughter-in-law, she internalized it, and mother-in-law, she memorized it. Now when they are getting back to their home, the same river, but it is full of tidal waters. And the daughter-in-law, she says, Hari, 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 and she crosses the ocean because she believes what the Guru has said. She says, now that with this Hari, Hari, I can cross any ocean. So this ocean is nothing in front of the ocean named world. This ocean is nothing in front of that. So Hari, 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 and she crosses. And the mother-in-law says, stop. You stop for me. Save me. Help me. She says, chant. Please chant Hari, Hari. Please chant Hari, Hari. She says, no. You stop. You help me. And then she drowns. The mother-in-law drowns. So that is the story of faith. That is the amount that faith works when you have, entrusted your full energy into that. It is very important. There's also a story in India. One mother was dying. She was on the deathbed. And the son said, Mama, please now try to This is also because of, the piety that you have with you, the piety, the purity that you have. So he says, Mama, now that you're about to die, please chant Hare Krishna, say Hari Bol. So the mother, she says, in Bengali, she says, I don't know Bengali. I don't know if anybody knows Bengali here. If I'm wrong with my pronunciations, please forgive me. Ami to katha bolte parba na. She says, Ami to katha bolte parba na. So,
Ma'am, can I?
Yes, please.
Akhi Mataji is Bengali. I can also speak Bengali.
Yes, please say this. If you also can
you please say.
Ami to katha bolte parba na.
Ami to katha bolte parbo na.
Ha. So what is the meaning of this?
Mean is that I cannot say the story.
Yes, she said, itna bada, this much big, I cannot say. But he's saying, Arey Mama, only say Hare Krishna. Just say Hari Bol. He says, itna bada I cannot say, but she's not saying Hare Krishna. So this is the result of the piety and purity somebody has. It is not possible to utter Krishna's name unless until you have that piety and purity in you. So, and that faith in you. So Prabhupada ji mentions that it is not only theoretical concept, it is also a thing of conviction, how much conviction you have in Guru and Krishna. So your theoretical knowledge won't help. Conviction is something different. You should have conviction to it. And how to increase faith? Prabhupada ji says how to increase faith. 3 things are there. One is purity. A, it is purity. B, it is association. Okay. And C is voluntary service. Purity, association, voluntary service. So when you are in association, if you have some even little amount of faith, Prabhupada ji mentions, even if you have little, so faith is the beginning of devotion, but you have little faith, how that faith is going to be fixed when you are in association. Only then this faith will be fixed. Otherwise it will stagger and will fall down. And then Prabhupada ji mentions, we'll read just one more line and we'll stop. The process is spiritual. It does not require any material qualifications. The speculators who are not realized souls are covered in delusion and are simply wasting their time. Whatever they may do in their official class, they remain the same foolish rascals. But our Krishna conscious students will feel a change in their lives, a change in happiness and a change in youth also. This is reality. So this process is spiritual. Spiritual means once you start this process is full of realizations, which is why this is called spiritual, transcendental. It is full of realizations. So only when the journey begins with faith, then this process is spiritual, and no material qualifications required means because it is spiritual, it is related to Krishna, you don't need any material qualification to chant Hare Krishna. Which is why Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, Nam Akari Bahuda Nija Sarva Saktis Tatra Arpita Niyamita Smaranena Kalaha. So there is no niyam, there to smaran Krishna, there is no kal, no circumstances. You can chant anywhere in any situation at any time. That is the mercy of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So no material qualification is required. So I told you the story of bird. Okay. So a person who's teaching them. So it is not only about memorizing verses, the real conviction should be there. Then only you will be able to make some difference to yourself and to others. I'll wrap it up here. Thank you. Hare Krishna. If you have to share anything, if you have any questions, any comments, you're most welcome. Prabhupada ji also mentions there are people who have become Krishna conscious, young boys and girls, and people who have taken Krishna consciousness seriously. They're happy in their life and they will feel the change. They will feel the change. Because why they will feel the change? Because the disease, it starts going. Now that you are admitted to Krishna conscious hospital, the disease will start going. And as the disease will come down, you will find a change in yourself. Okay, I'll give you a simple, direct example how my life has changed, and then you can share if anybody wants to share how their life has changed. I did not read books so much, although I am a teacher, I should be reading, but I did not read so much. And it is only through this Prabhupada literature that I'm engaged in reading, and I get an opportunity and a habit of reading because of this Krishna consciousness. And that's why it brings a lot of relief and relaxation to my mind when I read Prabhupada literature, and I learn a lot of things. So personally, I've benefited a lot. It's a good habit that I've gained from Krishna consciousness. Anybody else would like to share how your life has changed by coming in touch with Krishna consciousness?
Mataji, I am at least fighting for this half an hour. I'm really fighting for this half an hour. Nowadays, I'm also fighting with myself in the morning to listen that Bhagavatam. Though I'm in the school taking all my duties, the earplugs and in my ears, I'm listening. At least I'm making myself attached to it, but still I want to read so many things, but I'm not getting time.
But Mataji, that is a beautiful endeavor. Even if one sentence or one word goes into your ear, that will make wonders. It's my personal realization. Agar aap raste pe chalte chalte bhi, if you will hear and one word or one story goes into your ears, that will bring a lot of conviction. And Srila Prabhupada lectures ke liye, we are reading Srila Prabhupada books together, all of us. Srila Prabhupada lectures ke liye bade bhakton ne, they have said that they have a potency of melting and converting your heart. That they have an immense potency of doing that. Srila Prabhupada himself, he made, with these lectures only, he made so many devotees around the globe. So, इनमें हृदय परिवर्तन करने की शक्ति है. So that's a very good fight that you're fighting, and you are going to win. Every day you are winning small battles. One day you'll win the war also. You will be compelled by yourself to sit for these lectures. Maybe you are one of the speakers also, who knows? One day.
Yes. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. Thank you. Anybody else? बाकियों को कोई खुशी नहीं मिली कृष्णा कॉन्शियसनेस से. Coming in, you gain nothing from Srila Prabhupada. There's so much. Come on, speak up. You can share.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
For me, everything changed so fast, unbelievable. And this is more dominating, and other life has become very insignificant and small. I'm really enjoying.
Mataji, the biggest change I see is that you started putting tilakam and more regularly and sincerely than other devotees that I see, and that is in itself a big change.
I used to keep on and off, Mataji. Then recently I saw Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's documentary. In the documentary, he says one person is not putting tilak. He says life is not complete without tilak.
Lovely.
From then regularly I'm wearing and feeling very good.
Lovely. That's lovely. When you wear a tilak, it looks like a temple. Like everybody looks like a temple because we have Krishna and Tulsi on it. Yes. Anybody else would like to share how their life has changed? What will you tell youngsters why you should come to book reading sessions? Our life has changed. How it has changed? You have become more disciplined, getting up on time, taking out time for listening, hearing, reading. We also, by this activity that you're, bearing with me, you're coming to these lectures. अरे प्रभु जी क्या नहीं बहुत ज्यादा ही लिख दिया आपने. सब भक्तों के लिए है ये. मदन गोविंद प्रभु जी, लीला शक्ति वृंदा माता जी के लिए, प्रसाद प्रभु जी से आप जैसे भक्तों का संग मिल रहा है वो, दैट इज वंडरफुल. That is for Radharani's mercy, but we really are fortunate that we get sincere readers and listeners like you. Prabhuji, say what we also develop is listening capacity. The Kalyug mein everybody has only to speak. जैसे हम बोलते रहते हैं, but all of you are so patient. You listen to us for half an hour, and that is a real patience, and come every day regularly, sincerely for these lectures. That is commendable and appreciable. I wish I could also inculcate these qualities from you. Putting Tilakam regularly showing up. Even Omangsha Mataji, Himanshu Prabhuji, you daily, and Lavanya Mataji daily coming for Bhagavatam also in the morning and for these lectures also at night. Really commendable, appreciable. I've not seen a sincere souls like you people. I mean, even I can make it up to that level. Very, very fortunate to come in your association. Okay. All right. Umangsha Mataji wants to share. Thank you so much.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Pranam.
Mataji, Pranam.
Thank you so much Mataji. आप जब भी क्लास लेते हैं, it is really a nectar to the ears and it really gives satisfaction and realizations.
Mataji, all copy pasted by Srila Prabhupada. It's all by Srila Prabhupada. Radha Rani's mercy. I have at least someone who can hear me. तो उससे क्या है, when I say, so then I am able to memorize. Only memorize, उसको मैं internalize तो करती नहीं हूँ.
The way you speak, it really transforms our heart, which shows that you have really.
Mataji, that is your humility. One day you will also make a difference. You will make a difference. I try to, but you will definitely make a difference because at the age you have taken to Krishna consciousness, you're very fortunate.
Thank you so much,
Mataji. Please आप मुझे बताइए how this Krishna consciousness has changed your life. I unmuted you not to glorify me, to tell me how Srila Prabhupada's this literature or Krishna consciousness has changed your life.
Mataji, my life it has changed 360 degrees, and I cannot even realize and speak how much it has changed. It has made me able to gel with people. I was an introvert. I don't speak much, and I don't like to interact with people many times. But since I have learned so much, and that Krishna resides in everyone's heart, and whatever someone does, it's easy to stay with them. It's easy to accept people as they are, not completely, but at least one step I can say.
Thank you, Mataji. That is a very practical realization. Thank you so much for sharing. Hare Krishna. When you share your realizations, get a lot of conviction towards this spiritual journey. Because after all, this is also sadhu sang that we are getting here. Thank you. Okay. Anuradha Mataji, did you raise your hand? मुझे ऐसा लगा. Maybe
No,
I was wrong.
Mataji. Thank you, Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. Okay, I'll wrap it up. वाञ्छा कल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्यश्च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः. अनंत कोटि वैष्णव भक्तवृंद की जय. श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय. हरे कृष्णा. प्रणाम. Thank you.